Hello everyone, my name is Eric and this is my review of the Toblino 2 iPad 2 leather case, purchased directly from Amazon, about $39.99, free 2-day shipping with Prime membership. This is a genuine leather folio style case. You notice immediately upon opening the leather smell. Certainly no doubts, no concerns about this possibly being the faux leather that's becoming prevalent in cases today. Case is definitely of high quality, very professional looking, nice smooth black leather with matching black stitching along the edges. Appears to be of high quality. The case does contain the auto on-off magnets. You may have heard that already. When I close, there's a snap and on. Works very well. Some cases, people have noticed that you can actually, if you fold the case around back, will cause the iPad shut off. This one does not. You can press very firmly, and that does not happen. The Toblino offers two upright viewing angles. This one is almost complete 90-degree angle viewing, and this one at a little bit more of an angle, and very comfortable for screening and quite secure. Certainly, even if pushed here, it's not going to flip over. Try this angle, same thing, nice, not going to tip. There's also a typing angle, a lot of discussion about this one online. When you first open up the case, it doesn't push down very easily into a low typing angle. However, I've had it for a day and been using it, and this is just comfortably will fall into this angle, and I think this is a good angle for typing. Here's, if hopefully you can see, my keyboard is on-screen keyboard's there, and certainly type there. If somebody prefers something lower, I think it's going to take a little time. You may need to keep it pushed down for a little bit to get to there. I personally don't like to use the on-screen keyboard for things much longer than an email. Somebody did ask whether there is room for the Apple external Bluetooth keyboard to fit here. Really doesn't fit right in this space here, because you have this clasp, but you can certainly put it right over there and then type, or if you prefer even a little further back, you're certainly not that far away from the monitor. Other thoughts about the case. It's interesting how it, as you see, it's very minimal coverage of the bezel. You do have these corner clasps and then these side clasps. You also have two bottom clips, which I find superfluous. When you do have the iPad into those clasps, and you really have to kind of push securely to get them in, and I think this would be easier over time. Push down here, push down there. Even with that and having it a day, it doesn't really go in completely. I think if I close the whole case, push down, then it seems to slide in nicely there. Yeah, even now, it's not fitting perfectly, but I don't see the advantage of using these. There I have them in, and when you do that, you actually can't use the viewing angles. You have to actually pull out to do it. So you have to pull that out, and then you can use these. And the iPad's in there pretty securely, just using the sides and the top two. If I wanted to read in the vertical position, I certainly can. Landscape view very easily, and again, it's not going to slide out of this case. So I just end up leaving my iPad resting comfortably on top of these. I have read that these are just plastic and won't scratch the iPad, but so I think I'm just comfortable just going to use it that way. Um, Another thought I had was a lot of the online pictures show the iPad in white. I think they do that because it's an iPad 2 if it's a white one. However, I don't like the look with these black clasps against the white iPad. I think it's too much of a contrast. I think the black is just a much smoother transition. It's not as obvious that something's covered, at least minimally covering the bezel. Cutouts are quite generous on this. Let's see, you have your camera cutout. Above that, you have pretty generous cutout for the on-off switch, and then your 3.5 headphone jack, wide cutout for the speaker, which is nice so you won't have any concerns of muffling sound. You have your 30-pin connector. Probably wouldn't fit in a dock, I assume because of the leather cutout here, but certainly there's enough room for a 30-pin cable, and you can sync your iPad while it's in the case. I think there's pretty good protection, even though you have these wide cutouts. Certainly putting into a bag, unless you had keys or something in there that might touch the sides, but you could certainly get some scratches. But I think as far as dropping it, you would have to drop it against something specifically to at an angle. It has this little front clasp where you have to kind of push a little hard to get it to close completely, and this is, you can see the kind of profile this has. Certainly adds a lot more bulk than just having the iPad's Apple smart cover. Of course, you don't get the back protection with that. There are some more cases out there. I did also purchase an STM Skinny, which is a little thinner than this, but certainly not as high quality, and I think this offers a little bit more protection. But if you're really looking for something as minimalistic as possible, you may want to consider the STM Skinny or possibly another option. But I think this is a good marriage of lower profile. It's not that bulky, but offering pretty good protection. Hopefully that answers any questions you may have had. I highly recommend it. I'm very happy I made the purchase. And good luck in researching your new case for your iPad 2.